Swimming. You may have heard this quote from the famous Disney movie Finding Nemo. Dory says it to herself whenever she's facing an obstacle that she needs to overcome. It has always stuck with me as a little girl as I've overcome and faced challenges, but it really started to hit home when I joined the swim team. Now, I never planned on joining the swim team, but that first day when I walked out onto the pool deck and was met with all of the smiling girls, I knew that I would soon fall in love. The rush of racing through the water was quickly something I yearned to be with and do all the time. I have been swimming ever since 7th grade. The sport has taught me a lot, but this past season was a time when I was at my best. At the beginning of this past season, I was dropping a lot of time. Both in and out of the water, I was pushing to be my best. At weight room, I would encourage my teammates to do their best, and when we got onto the pool deck, I would urge them to get into the water so we could get our workouts done and perform well at meets. I was dropping time steadily at the beginning of the season, but then it slowly grew till I was dropping time a lot. I was very proud of myself and all of the work that I had put in. One time, I was racing through the water at a meet. I was doing the breaststroke, and so I was trying to glide and make my movement so I was at the ultimate speed. I pushed my hands into the water and I looked up at the clock, only to be shocked. I was filled with disappointment because not only had I not dropped time, but I had gained time. I was wondering what could have gone wrong. As the season continued to go on, I continued to gain time. Nothing seemed to help me improve. As I was trying to overcome these challenges, my teammates were encouraging me to try my best. But no matter what, it seemed like my time was going up and their time was dropping. I was becoming very puzzled. I would finish every race filled with hope, slamming my hands into the wall to only look up at the clock and be disappointed. I was starting to lose hope. About halfway through the season, an unexpected curveball was thrown at me. I got a concussion. Now, I may have gotten this concussion not in the water, but I was messing around some workout equipment and managed to bang my head on a barbell for a bench press. And so I was out for 3 weeks. And in swimming, 1 day out of the water can put you behind. And so the fact that I was going to be out for 3 weeks after already being set back really made me feel at a disadvantage. This injury was only going to put me further behind. The worst part was I couldn't even stay connected to my swim mates. I tried to go to meets and practices, but I would go to a meet for a short period of time with earphones in, earplugs in, trying not to affect my headache, but every single time I would leave, my headache would just feel worse, only delaying my recovery process for my concussion. I was starting to feel restless. I couldn't make it through the school day, I couldn't hang out with friends, I couldn't go to swim practice, I almost couldn't even go to homecoming. I just felt like I was really put back in my junior year. So when I got back into the pool, I felt at such a strong disadvantage. When I got back into the pool, I felt like I had a very bad mental game. I didn't really want to try. I was already behind before I got out of the water, and so now after being out for 3 weeks, I just didn't even want to see what my time would be like. I was beginning to become worried that I wouldn't even get to swim at sections. So I talked to my coach and I was like, hey, I've been out for 3 weeks and I was going to miss another week due to FFA Nationals. And so I was nervous that she wouldn't let me swim because I hadn't been putting in the same work as all the other girls. My coach decided that since I was such a positive member on our swim team, that I would still be allowed to swim even though I hadn't been at practice that much. So I worked my hardest to perform well at sections. I practiced every single day in and out and had my friends there to encourage me and support me. At sections, I swam the best I could. I slammed my hands into the wall and looked up at my time, and I was proud of what I had done with all of my setbacks. I realized that swimming may be an individual sport, but if you don't have teammates there to encourage you and help you along, then it's really not worth it because The time is for yourself, but everyone is there to help you and push you to be your best throughout the water, at practices, in the weight room, and that's really what's important. I've been in swimming my entire high school career. It has helped me to grow and push my limits, and when I face a challenge, I'm just reminded to just keep swimming. I'm Brooke, and this was a time when I was at my best. Thank you for listening.